Case.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Madam Area Governor, Sir Incoming Governor, fellow Toastmasters. To paraphrase Dickens, in my life, this has been one of the worst of years and one of the best of years. It's been a strange journey for me, from really down low, not knowing where to go, to now having a direction and a purpose and a place of vision, which I did not have that long ago. It's also been a whole shift in myself as a person. And yesterday I became very introspective because it was my birthday, and I realized at that point, we really limit ourselves in everything we do. It's amazing how many ideas and how many beliefs we have that just limit us in growth. And I realized yesterday that coaches, of which I don't need coaching. You need to accept that coaching. You need to be able to look at those around you and yourself and say, sometimes this is just not working. But you can't do it yourself. As much as you think you can do it yourself, you can't. And it doesn't mean that there's one coach. You could have multiple coaches. This year I took on a public speaking coach. I have a coach for speaking. I have a coach for my business. I have a coach in a lot of things. I have lots of coaches in life. One of my major things I realized is, to quote Albert Einstein, does anybody know his view of insanity? Which is, no, that's Freud.
Oh.
Einstein's view of insanity is using the same thinking that got you in the problem in the first place to get you out of it. If you start off with a set of beliefs, there is no way you can get out of that problem unless you change your whole belief system. And one of my belief systems was that age gave you wisdom. That the only people who could coach you were people who were older, more experienced, had been through life. And I learned quickly, sometimes people very young have a lot more wisdom than we give them credit for. They may not have all the experience in life, they may not know everything about business, but they know people. They have common sense, and they know how to explain it to each of us. Embrace those people. Grab onto those people. You know the old story is, if you think you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right. I've chosen to think I can. I hear people here all the time say, I can't come up with a speech. I can't come up with something to think about. I can't be an evaluator. You're absolutely right, you can't. As long as you limit yourself to those can'ts and put yourself inside that frame, you can't. It's not easy to get rid of that frame because sometimes somebody has to show you the fact that there is a frame that you live with it. I know I once turned to Kelly and said, can you imagine what the Mona Lisa is thinking? And this is a place where that analogy really works. Everybody looks at a painting, and in fact, there was just a quote online that the people who paintings hear the most ridiculous opinions ever. Because everybody has an opinion about a painting. Everybody looks at the Mona Lisa and says, what an incredible, mysterious smile. What is she thinking? What is going on? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that beautiful? And really, what was it, painted in the 1500s? She was probably sitting, or the 1400s, she was probably sitting in a hard chair, wasn't getting paid very much, it was hot, the dress was probably sticking her, and all she was thinking is, Leonardo, can you get done with this so I go back to cleaning the floors? And that's where the mysterious smile came from. We need to change our thinking. We need to move forward. Toastmasters has a framework. It may have worked 30 years ago. I don't know if it's that relevant today. People have changed, as Max was saying about popular culture. It changes all the time. Some basics never change. In fact, I just heard recently that there are no new ideas in this world. It's just a matter of taking two old ideas and putting them together in a way no one ever thought of doing it before. Or trying old ideas that people discarded because now people are different. People think differently. We have different technologies than we have. Look at the internet. Look how it's changed in the 90s. Oh, the world was open. Now, all the things that they told us they could do in the 90s that couldn't be done, can be done. Or in a different form. Amazon was incredible in those days. Today, it's just standard. A meta search engine like Google was unbelievable. Now it is the standard. Now we're going to a Lycos. Who was it that was number one? I always forget. Yahoo was the number one search engine. If you weren't on Yahoo, you weren't anywhere. Now, if you're not on Facebook, you're not anywhere. Yahoo is irrelevant. More business is now done on Facebook than anything else. But these are fundamental shifts in thinking. These are fundamental shifts in the way people go. And we as people have to shift because the world has changed so much. If it doesn't work, the first thing is to realize, fix it. If you can't fix it on your own, find somebody to help you repair it. If you can't find somebody to help you repair it in your little circle, find a bigger circle. One of the things that's so incredible in this club is it goes outside this club. It goes outside this breakfast. The people who have really embraced what this club has to offer, and that is its people, have grown tremendously. Yeah, we bust each other's chops plenty in here. We make fun of the people in here. But it's amazing those phone calls that you get outside of here, or those coffee meetings that we have. Because when it comes down to it, we are all here to help. We are all here to help each other. I know, and they know who they are, I could never have made it through this year without their help. Some people are here, and I consider them my best friends in the world. Because I know I can be absolutely honest with them, and they're going to be absolutely honest with me. Yes, they do call me an a-hole from time to time, Joe. I can see the little look on his face. And usually it's warranted. Going forward, I hope to make this the best possible club ever in Toastmasters. And as a coach, I need your coaching. As a person and as a leader, I need your coaching. But it's not only you to me, because I'm willing to accept it. Please, everybody, step outside this chapter, this club. Go to each other. We're going to put a coaching, mentoring program in. Let's make it work. Because you'll find there's so many benefits outside of what goes on in here. You're going to find that there are people here that are just the most incredible people, who have the most incredible life stories, who have the most incredible experiences, and that are willing to share. You're going to find people in here who you would never suspect have probably the greatest emotional intelligence. And they give you the most incredible advice on how to deal with other people that you would never expect from somebody that young. It just blows you away. So yes, everybody, coaches need coaching. And this morning it started off with a very interesting thing. I turned on the radio and Journey, and the song was Don't Stop Believing. I didn't know, just Don't Stop Believing. Because I'll tell you, yesterday was an incredible day. It started off terrible, and it wound up absolutely terrific. Think, grow, change your way of thinking, and you're going to be in a terrific place. Thank you for allowing me to be the president of this club.